Welcome back, guys, to Trails in the Sky, where last episode, climbing up to the top of Anvil Tower, we found Professor Alba beset by monsters once more. Helping him out, we then returned to town to escort Hart all the way through the Clon Pass, meeting up with another bracer, and now having finished our side quests, headed up the Ravennue trail towards the village, where we had an encounter with Heavy Blade Agat, as we want to go check out the mine. I've been growing fruit here ever since this village was alive with mining industry. When it comes to growing delicious fruit, I have no equal in this village. Sure you don't. I'm actually looking to get out of the orchard business and start again as a merchant in bows. But there are still a number of problems hanging over this village, and if we can't find a way to solve them, I just won't be able to leave this place without a clear conscience. Well, that's why my wife and son have gone ahead to bows without me. Oh, who's your son? Oh, no! He's got a bows, hasn't he? I moved to this village a number of years ago because I wanted to be an orchard farmer. I even purchased a new set of orbital farming equipment, which I've now been studying how to use all my life. I'm going to grow and produce more fruit than anyone else. Kid's gone the thingy. Oh no, there he is. I was worried for a second. Huh, I haven't seen you guys around here before. Are you merchants here to buy fruit? Actually, no, we're here for a different reason. As a matter of fact, we're bracers. Bracers? You mean like agate? I don't know. You don't look all that strong to me, especially because you're a girl. Oh, not this again. Also, don't be at the end of the pontoon when you say that. One kick. One kick. Yeah, why don't you tell me how you really feel? But I've seen my great skill with staff. Do you think you can still call me weak? Just pokes him in. That's what I do like that. That's amazing. It's like a tornado. I hope you've learned your lesson. The looks can be deceiving. Now, how about another amazing demonstration with my staff? Estelle, be careful. Wasn't it just yesterday that you hit yourself in the face doing that? Anyway, oh, don't say that. Anyway, are you Louis by chance? Yeah. But how do you know my name? We heard from the village elder. He said you saw some kind of flying shadow. Do you think you could tell us a little bit more about what you saw that night? Sure, if you want. Well, the soldiers from the army already searched the place and didn't find anything. That's fine. We're not worried about that. Do you think you could just tell us what you saw? In as much detail as you can remember. Okay, I'll try. You see, I like watching the stars at night. So I often sneak out of my house at night to come here and look at the stars. And the other night when I was out here looking up at the stars, I saw two shadows moving across the sky. Now, hold on a minute here. You say you saw two shadows? That's right. And they were different sizes too. Kind of like a mum leading a kid. Two shadows. Two sizes. That's consistent with an airliner and the Sky Bandit airship if you think about it. Yeah, the aircraft we ran across in the woods was definitely smaller than a typical airliner. And the two shadows just kept on flying north until I couldn't see them anymore. So north is... There's a trail that continues behind the village, and it leads to an old septium mine which was abandoned some time ago. Soldiers from the army supposedly searched the trail but didn't come up with anything. That's why they said I must have just been dreaming. And then they laughed at me like I didn't know what I was talking about. The little boy's eyes started to well up with tears. Enough of that. You're a boy, right? And boys don't cry. No, we do. We're not like those stupid soldiers. We don't think you're telling a lie either, and we're going to prove it. Really? Darn straight. You just leave it to us. So no more crying, okay? Okay. You're a real nice person. As usual, she's got a knack with the kids. Yeah, maybe it's a virtue. I thought Joshua has the knack with the kids, to be honest. Nah, why are you looking at me like that? It's nothing. Let's focus on the task at hand. It looks like we've got stuff to do. Right. Let's hurry and get onto the trail behind the village and see what we can find. Well, what we can find is it's a dead end. Unless it's been opened now. Two shadows still flying in the sky went north until I couldn't see them anymore. I know I wasn't dreaming. We believe you. We believe you. I don't know if we can get the others to do that, though. Maybe I should tell the elder again. Silhouette that Louis saw flying in the sky. I wonder if it could be him. No, it couldn't be. It's been decades since anyone last saw him. Who's him? Who's him? I need to know more than that. It's daily routine for me and my husband to pay our respects to the deceased. We don't ever want those who lost their lives during the war to feel that they have been forgotten. Him. Still can't go in there. Alright, well, onto the path we go. And through the monsters that we've seen once before. Alright, it's left to the mine. At least we know that much. Zoop! Plot a course and then run. That's what we're going to do. It was left to get to the place, wasn't it? Yeah. Wrong way. Easy runs. I think it was another left. Get away from me, chicken. No, it wasn't a level left. No! Nearly got me. That was a left. Okay, look, don't sue me. Bad at directioning. Can't remember maps. You know my memory's bad. I'm actually going to have to refine the place to go into every dead end again. I just remembered the first left was a left. Left at the sign isn't hard to remember, right? The gate is secured with a heavy chain and padlock. This looks like the entrance to an abandoned mine. It kind of reminds me of the Amalgam mine, except for the fact that it's all deserted. It seems that this place was abandoned quite some time ago. The padlock and chain are rusted. It doesn't look like this gate has been opened recently, which means there's no possibility that the Sky Bandits entered through here. I wonder if that's why the army never investigated the place. You're probably not going to find any clues sitting around in an old mine, that's for sure. What's wrong, Estelle? Maybe it's just me, but do you feel any air flowing out of here? When you say out of here, do you mean the mine? Yeah, that's right. You see. Joshua wet the tip of his index finger with his tongue and held it out. You're right, Estelle. It's rather subtle, but there is air flowing out of here. Just like I thought, huh? Sometimes your senses can be surprisingly sharp, you know that? I wonder if you get that from your father. My dad doesn't have anything to do with it. But forget about that. Aren't you more interested in what's inside this old mine? There's certainly a possibility that it connects to somewhere. It's probably worth checking out. Well, in that case, let's bust this lock off. Hey, don't even think about doing that. And now we better head back to the village and talk with the elder. He might have the key. Ah, you're no fun sharer. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Back and forth. It's literally said that at the same time that Kiichiro wrote that in the chat. I was looking right at the chat, saying back and forth, as back and forth appeared in the chat. Jinx. I'm a child, I can say that. Well, first of all, a few enemies to get through. I think I'll dual strike this guy this time. That way we can take care of the sucker on this turn. Or can... Yeah, you've got a higher attack, haven't you? Yeah, just about.
Oh, are we done already?
Need some more red. Well, let's see if I can find the right path back. Oh look, I found it straight away. Sometimes I can make it right. If you know the way, it's really fast. Especially with boost mode. Oh, never as easy, is it? I look for my husband. Since it's his time of day, I'm sure he's up the graveside on the hill. I'll visit him there then. At the gravestone now? So this is where you are, Elevation. Oh, it's your young Brazos, is it? Well, this is a rather extravagant grave for a small village like this, isn't it? It was erected to mourn all those souls we lost 10 years ago. Since the Bose region is nearest to the Empire, it was in the thick of the fray, and this village lost a number of good people in the hostilities. That's terrible. Ah, there's no need for you to get somber too, though. These days, cleaning this monument is just one of my daily routines. Well, I guess you wouldn't have come up here if you didn't think there was something I could help you with, right? Alright, there was something we wanted to talk to you about. Before that, would you mind if we paid our respects as well? I know we don't have any flowers to give, but we'd at least like to offer up a prayer. Oh, I see. No, of course I don't mind. I'm sure all those looking down from above would be overjoyed by the gesture. So you say there might be some clues in that old mine, huh? I know for certain that the soldiers didn't check inside. After I heard Louis' story, it really got me thinking. We'd like to check the place out just in case, so would you mind lending us the key to the entrance? They give you that padlock, huh? Give me a minute here. I'm sure I put it in this drawer. Alright, here it is. Okay, this should get you inside. So we've received the abandoned mine key. Wow, this key looks ancient. Many thanks, Elder Raisin. This will really help a lot. Don't mention it. We're always indebted to the Bracer Guild for their help. It's only natural that we would try and return the favour. Thank you. If everyone we dealt with were as cooperative as you, it would make our lives a lot easier. We'll be sure to let you know if we find anything. I would appreciate that. Alright, so off we go then. I hope you managed to find what you're looking for in the mine. Please let me know if you find anything. Let's zoom it back. When the mine was in use, the village enjoyed a period of economic growth. In fact, this place was so lively with miners and merchants, you could have almost called it a small city instead of a town. However, following the war, this place became quite lonely. I wonder if the key can open this door as well. Well, it was worth a try. Off we go then. Ravennue Trail, take a left. It's basically right, isn't it? Right from the start. How did I mess this up again? There we go. That's better. Not that way. Damn it. I'm so good at this directionizing. It's amazing. Can't fault me for how good these directions are. I guess in some respect, it actually doesn't help that there's not a fixed camera angle for the game. Because I get to move the camera angle, I'm always looking at it from a different perspective. And I don't really map in my head the shape of the place.
Seems you came up short.
Will I get a red epithet? No, I imagine that. I'm imagining what I want most. Yep, dead end. I've managed to do it again, haven't I? How did I do this? How do I do this? I still went in everyone. The gate is secured with a heavy chain and padlock. Let's use this key we borrowed from the village elder. We use the abandoned mine key. Phew, that was one heavy gate. Let's have a look inside, shall we? I don't know about sky bandits, but I can definitely sense monsters in here. Everyone stay alert. Well, we'll stay alert over here. Ah, this music isn't every like mine. This music's great. Oh, hello. So it's crabs again. Alright, are you still strong, physically defensive? Weak against arts may call for backup. Let's use one hit. Now we can kill it. Unless we knocked it too far from Joshua. Oh no, we had the attack up, hadn't we? So it might actually call for backup on this turn. Only because we had the attack up did we do the damage. Oh well. We traded some HP for not killing it faster.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Red? Of course not. Don't be silly. I really like this music though. Right. Let's continue on. Hello. You're facing the wrong way. I guess we should start taking these monsters out, then just feel out which way we want to be going. Wow, we got loads of spells now. That's what I want. It's just, I know people don't agree in the chat, but at this point in time, prioritizing many things to get a spell variety so I can hit weaknesses. Oh, what? The problem is fighting these if I'm fighting a lot. That's going to use a lot of spell power per one. But luckily we can just finish this off.
Alright, we're good to go.
We're definitely over leveled for this area then. Let's try to dodge what we can. And then I'll lose which way I want to go. Okay, we can't go over there. Broken bridge. I just went around a loop. That bit loops there. Treasure chest? Nope. Water though. Hasn't been a single item I can find anywhere yet, so we'll just take that as it is. Which side did I come in from? I'm already lost. Another down bridge. Oh! Man, it's bright in here. Ah, isn't that the... Quite Estelle. Looks like we've hit the jackpot. Wow, I found the right way straight away. And I didn't even save. Forget about the heavy things and focus on the food provisions and valuables. And hurry up, will ya? It's only a matter of time before someone finds this place. What is that, Carl? Got it, Carl. Okay, Carl. Understood, Carl. What's an airliner doing in a place like this? I guess that kid wasn't seeing things after all. This looks like an area that used to be used for strip mining. It certainly turned out to be a great place to hide something of this size. Yeah, who would have thought to look here? Look at that. Are they loading the airliner cargo into their own ship? Let's worry about that later. We've got to figure out a way to bag these guys before they get away again. This is our third trip, huh? Man, Don can be a real slave driver sometimes. Oh well, once this is all taken care of, we'll be able to sit back and negotiate a nice fat ransom. Hold it right there! Oh, we just rushed it. Of course we did. We win that! The scorching flames of justice shall never fade away as long as evil thrives in this world. The League of Extraordinary Bracers has arrived! Huh? The League of... what? You bonehead, why'd you always get carried away like this? What's with you two? Now I look like a big fool saying that stuff all alone. You're the ones who Joe said had to run him back and rolling. This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early. It can't be right? We're not supposed to be here this early? What the heck are you talking about? In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with the hijacking of an airliner and its passengers. Oh, for your sakes, you'll come along quietly. Now, hold on just a minute. Are you trying to tell me that only the three of you came in to arrest us? You see anyone else, Bandit boy? So you're not involved with the others then, huh? Then that simplifies things. Let's get them, boys! That's a lot of ads. Kyle produced a bomb. The bomb has a range. We need to make sure that no one else is in that range, unless the bomb's hit the spot rather than the person. That could be an interesting thing to think of itself. Right, what do we got? Sky Bandits, weak to no elements. A constituent member of the capital household swings a dagger with a poison-laced blade. Oh, well, at least we're still poison immune at this point. Number 2 man in the capital household, his smoke bombs are blinding and he's quite agile, so this guy can blind. He's weak to some spells and abilities. That's fine, though. We can just charge, I feel. Especially because we got a critical strike coming sometime soon here. Let's start taking out the goons on the right, shall we? I feel like we're good enough to use... what a petrified breath, exactly. Well, petrified gas on an enemy. Just one enemy? Okay. Stone hammer, earth guard, full temporary shield, immunity. That's kind of cool. If you know something big's coming, then you could actually just immunize people? Immunize. Let's see if I can get this one. Yep, that's one. Ah, red! Now, will... this is what I'm wondering. Will you throw it to the spot or throw it to the person? Let's use Sylphan Whip. Yep, throw the person. I would love it. Oh, critical as well. That's why I wanted to go with that. I was wondering if being in range of us, the bombs would hit. The other guys would be great. Oh my god, they're terrible. Bomb toss. Oh, we got blinded. I guess we switched to arts then, in a sense. Oi! You said you could have 2 attacks. Right, not got anything good going there. Now, bearing in mind what's going on, we should be able to just hurricane again in the middle of these 3. I can't move the critical onto someone else. I might actually end up moving the critical onto the boss. Yeah. Oh well, I think we'll be able to survive it. Let's just get this attack going. That's 2 more goons down. Yep, critical onto the boss. Ah, no, maybe not. This is gonna hurt. I hope you like it. We're just a little bit away from a pummel, but I think one way of putting this is job's done, right? We're not even blinded anymore. This poor guy. He's so screwed. Do you know what? Do you want your revenge?
Someone's been naughty.
Well, someone got taught a lesson for bombing me.
Seems you came up short.
Very short. Very short. Oh, 30 red sapphire. I'll take that. Oh, you guys are tougher than I thought. It's no wonder Joseph got beat by you three. Sweet talk won't get you anywhere, buddy. It's time to surrender and let the passengers go. Haha, you don't know anything, do you? What was that you called yourself? League of the Exceptionally Dim or something? You're making fun of my awesome team name? You're dead. Look out! What is this? You gotta be kidding me, another smoke screen? It's too bad about the rest of the cargo, but we'll just have to live without it. Later, braces. I'll give you another 50 lashes in a minute. Ow, something got in my eyes. Don't worry, it's not poisonous. It looks like it was a typical smoke canister. The ship is already outside. This is getting really old. It's not once but twice now they've gotten away. If I get demoted for this with the guild, there's not much I can say in my defense. Oh, Shara, quit acting like it was all your fault. We're responsible for letting them get away too. If we've got time to kick ourselves over this, then there's got to be some other constructive things we can do. Well, you sound like you should be the senior bracer. Well, at least we were able to take back the airliner, so how about we take a look? The passengers may be inside. Right. Somewhat doubtful. Where am I actually going at this point? Oh, can you go up here? That definitely looks like some kind of elevator system. Oh, I can actually rotate, but not much. There's definitely another room that way, so I want to check that in the future. This is where we're supposed to be heading. Anything up here? Nope. The airliner Linde has been found. Wow, it's pretty bare in here. There's not a piece of cargo left. Evidently, the Sky Bandits managed to make off with it all. Didn't they say they were leaving some behind? At least judging by the looks of things. At any rate, we should do a thorough investigation of the place. Ah, we in investigation mode again? Here's a lift car. Looks like the same type as those at the landing port. The Sky Bandits probably used this to move the cargo. Anything here? Nope. Is this anything important? I wonder what this is. It's the orbital engine control panel. It looks like the flow of orbital energy is completely stopped. Is that what caused it to fall out of the sky, maybe? The orbital energy appears to be completely stopped. So if you see it again, they don't talk again? Okay. I just want to see if I can activate it. Alright, nothing seems to be here. Let's go in here then. It looks like this is the captain's seat. If these were any other circumstances, I would love to sit here. Don't even think about it. Hey, it'd be polluting a crime scene, come on. Here's the steering wheel used to pilot the ship. I wonder where the pilot could have gone. Oh, there's the steering wheel to control the rudder again, yep. I just want to check out this side, see if anything else is there. This ladder, for example. Well, seems maybe I'm not doing things in the right order. Alright, this must be the luxury seats. It's bright in here. There's a lot of light shining into this place. That says to me that whoever would have happened would have been seeing it coming. This poor potted plant doesn't look like it's going to make it. Bunch of plant murderers. Probably hasn't been watered for days. So now we're adding to their crime list, are we? We can even get out on the top here? Doesn't look like there's anything to really view out here, though. Not a single person in sight. Doesn't even look like something we can examine at this point either. There's another upwards floor, though. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing. There's something on the floor somewhere? Huh. Nothing's showing itself elsewhere. So the captain's gone, everyone's gone. That's pretty much it. We checked it over, but it looks like there's nobody inside. There's a high possibility the passengers were transferred to the Sky Bandits airship, and then to wherever their hideout is. Agreed. This sucks. Right when I thought we had some clues, we're back to zero. Come on, cheer up already. It's not like every clue has completely vanished. Why do you think the Sky Bandits hid the airliner in a place like this? Huh? As far as I can tell, the orbital energy in the ship has completely stopped, which means that the orbital engine was stripped from the aircraft. I know this because the orbital energy in an orbiment gradually recharges over time. Furthermore, the Sky Bandits made multiple trips to carry off the large amount of cargo. Considering the time and risk involved, don't you think it would have been more effective just to take the entire airliner to their hideout? Yeah, that does seem a little odd that they didn't. So why'd they hide the airliner here then? All I can think of is that they did it in order to sort the cargo, move the hostages aboard their own craft, steal the orbital engine, keep clear of the Royal Army search party, ditch Linde because they hide out somewhere weird. Technically, ditching Linde makes a lot of sense. But it also keeps clear of the Royal Army search party too. It's a good place to go. To be honest, it's probably an amalgamation of a lot of the stuff. It gave them time to sort the cargo. They did get to move the hostages. They got to steal the orbital engine. They got to keep clear of the Royal Army search party. And they got to ditch the Linde. It all works. I guess it's to keep clear of the Royal Army search party. They couldn't go too far, is what I'd say. I'd go with that. It's true the airliner is rather large and easy to see. And in that sense, it would seem highly likely that they would leave it in a different place in their hideout. However, that alone could be considered a decisive reason. For my guess, I would imagine their hideout is in a slightly peculiar place. Oh god, I didn't go for that one because that's the weirdest one. Maybe 10 to 15 arg in size. In short, a peculiar place in which only a small aircraft like the Sky Bandit's airship could land. Interesting. How about terrain covered with extreme differences in height like mountains and ravines? That seems like the likely place for the Sky Bandit's hideout. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking too. However, if that's the case, then we may be unable to do something else. There's the possibility that their hideout may be in place we can't reach by foot. But then what can we do? Well, I hate to say it, but we may have to share our conclusion with the army and ask for their cooperation. Because they're the ones with the patrol ships. What? Now you're trying to tell us we should go crawling back to the army and ask them for help? Either way, we still have to report them to them about the airliner. Personally speaking, I still think we should cooperate with the army, whatever their attitude may be. Especially if that means bringing the hostages back safe and sound. I guess you're right. This isn't the time or place to be letting my personal feelings get the best of me. For the time being, let's get back to the guild and report our findings to Lugren. We should be able to contact the Hacken Gate if we use the orbital telephone. Okay, I got the wrong answer. I'll be penalised in BP, I'm sure. They were all, you know, technically, all of them are correct, right? All of the reasons actually work out. That was my problem. Uh-oh. Huh? What the heck? Great, now this was something I did not expect. I wonder if we should be glad, since they've saved us the trouble of having to contact them. What's that say on the side? We have found a suspicious armed group. Put your hands into the air, all of you. What is this world coming to? A woman and 2 kids or Sky Bandits? Although the girl does look shifty. Hey now, that's just rude. Who are you calling Sky Bandits? Can you see this shiny emblem on my chest? The bracer emblem, huh? Oh, you don't think for a moment something like that proves your innocence. General Morgan? Why are you here? After looking over the reports of my men, I found this place to have been insufficiently investigated, so I came to see for myself. Who would have thought that a lot of you were conspiring with the Sky Bandits? Might I get you to stop with the accusations, General? We happen to find this place one step ahead of your men. That's the truth, then why don't you tell me where the Sky Bandits are? Are the hostages inside the airliner? Well, we almost had the Sky Bandits, but they managed to escape. And there are no hostages to be found here. Huh, it looks like the truth has come out. Most likely you notified the Sky Bandits to let them know we were coming. Wait a minute, how about you cut the crap? My thoughts exactly! Alright men, take them into custody. Well, at least we get to go there straight away now. Idiot. The General will be questioning you himself on the morrow. If your innocence is proven, then you'll be released in 2 or 3 days. So for the time being, the cell will give you the place to cool your heels. This is not even funny. Tossing us in a place like this without even listening to a word we have to say. If the army managed to arrest the Sky Bandits, then I'm sure we'd have our names cleared. But with the way things are at the moment, that may not be possible. Huh? Why not? You remember what the Sky Bandit leader we fought in the old mine said, right? He said, "This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early," if I remember correctly. Now you mention it, he did say that, didn't he? You're not trying to tell me that he meant the army by that, are you? I don't know for sure, but I would bet that's what he meant. Which means that the Sky Bandits have a mole in the army. Or a collaborator who's leaking information. That's what you wanted to say, isn't it, Joshua? Yeah. Well, if that's the case, they'll never get caught. which means we were the only ones that stood a chance of nabbing them. But now we're stuck here. I wonder how your father would get around this little setback. My. Why don't you all seem to be in a bit of a fix? Huh? Did you just say something, Joshua? No, I didn't say anything. It came from the cell next door. It almost sounds familiar. Oh, how could you say something so heartless? My lustrous voice should be recognizable to anyone. Hey, Olivia! Could this unfounded self-confidence and tone of absurd narcissism belong to? It's you, isn't it, Olivia? You do remember my dulcet chords. Hey, I got a question right. To think that we meet again in a place like this. It seems that we are bound by destiny. Why are you here? I thought we took you to Bose. And now you're locked up in a place like this? What the heck did you do? Come now, let's not worry about all the little details, shall we? I have my reasons, which are deeper than the deepest ocean and higher than the highest peak. I'm definitely not asking now. I'm sure we just get tired while you talked our ears off. What a coincidence, Estelle. I was just thinking the same thing. So there you have it. We don't really care to know. You talk so much that I'd probably be an old woman by the time you were done, and I'm not ready for wrinkles yet. Come on now, let's not be like that. I'll fill you in on the details of the tragic incident which befell me. Didn't you listen, dummy? We don't want to hear about it. It all began after we parted ways. I did some window shopping in the Bose Market and then moved on to the Antelope's restaurant. You see, once I'd eaten my heart's content, I began to play the grand piano to then feed my artistic soul. And upon doing so, the restaurant manager was overcome by my skill, so I was asked to stay and work as the professional pianist for the restaurant. That's great and all, but I thought you were supposed to be a lutist? Ha! A musical genius is not limited to just one instrument. Anyway, back to my story. After negotiating a few of my own conditions, I accepted the job offer. Those conditions were, of course, food and wine for free every day instead of Mira. I don't know how to put it, but that's very you, Olivier. Yet, I'm not sure how that has anything to do with you getting thrown in jail. Oh, well, this is where the real sub-story begins. That night I had been enjoying a plate of sautéed duck I'd had the chef prepare, but the blood salt which had been used was a little too overbearing for my palate. Consequently, I began to feel that normal red wine was not satisfying enough. The more you talk, the more I want to hit you. But go on, I'm curious, despite knowing better. Well, so I borrowed a bottle of wine which seemed good from the cellar. Something called Grand Chardonnay from the year 1183. Grand Chardonnay from the year 1183? That's the legendary vintage wine that was auctioned off in the Royal City. Oh, aren't you well informed? I had a rumour about it too, so of course I was interested in having a drink for myself. Auctioned off? How much are we talking about here? When I heard it went for somewhere in the neighbourhood of 500,000 Mira. 500,000 Mira? For just one bottle? That's out of this world. And you didn't, did you, Olivier? Ah, such a needless question. Of course I opened the bottle and had a sip. Its sweet-smelling fragrance tickled my nostrils. Its luxurious mellow taste coalesced in my throat. And can you believe what else? A roasting vignette of time and space existed within that very bottle. I don't think I can listen to this any longer. Yeah, my ears are bleeding from listening to this stupidity. I'm completely dumbfounded. The sad thing is that after taking a sip of such excellent wine, I began to feel the food was lacking. And as I was having the chef cook me up something else to match the wine, the restaurant manager returned. As not a stingy fellow, I accordingly invited him to join me for a drink. But for some odd reason, he got rather upset. In fact, he got so steaming mad that his face looked like a ripe tomato. And before I could say another word, a group of soldiers came filing in. And well, one thing led to another, and I can't say another word about this tragedy being dragged all the way here without coming to tears. So let us all weep together as we sympathise with my dilemma. Idiot. Pardon? But do my ears deceive me? I could have sworn I heard and even if this surely misheard idiot coming from your cell. Are you listening? This is where the story gets really interesting. You see, several further trials awaited me after I was brought here. Hello? Are you listening? Hey, you three! Get up! I'm tired. What's wrong? What are you trying to tell us? We're being interrogated this early in the morning? That's a little early even for me. Nope, it's just the opposite. You're being released. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Is there a reason for this? Yes, I'd like to consider myself that reason. Hey, hey, hey! Mayor Maybell! Oh, what an unusual place to be meeting you. I'm really sorry about everything that's happened to you. But don't worry, your names have been cleared. I don't completely agree with everything, but this is a request come from Maybell herself. You better remember to thank her. So you mean Mayor Maybell stood up on our behalf? No, that's not exactly it. I just explained your situation to General Morgan. Our situation? Yes. I have one question for the both of you. Are you really the children of Cassius Bright? Yes, that's right. This is Estelle Bright, and I'm his adopted son, Joshua. I see. Now you mention it, the girl does slightly resemble Lina. You knew my mother? Yes, I enjoyed your mother's cooking on several occasions when I visited your home in Roland. Why, in fact, we even met once when you were just a baby. Now, wait just a minute. You're a personal acquaintance of my dad's? I knew that he was in the military before, but... I don't know Cassius Bright the Bracer. The only Cassius I know is the one from the service. He was a rare strategist. Strategist? Dad? I just can't imagine what he saw in the Bracer Guild. It makes me angry just thinking about it. You'll have to excuse me. What's wrong with him? It seems like your father was a brilliant officer in the military. I've heard from the general that he tried several times to get your father to change his mind about retiring. I didn't know that. Somehow it feels hard to believe. However, if that's the case, the general's hatred for bracers may stem from Cassius leaving the army. From the vexation of being left by one of his most promising men. I get the same impression. So what you're saying is, our lives are such a pain because of Dad? That dirty, rotten scoundrel? How about we return to Bose now? With the airliner being found, the situation has taken a new turn. So there are a number of things I'd like to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Is something the matter? I'm definitely ready to get out of here, but it feels like we're forgetting something. Now that you mention it, what could it be? Oh, how callous people can be at times. How could you forget about a companion who spent the night with you in a cold, hard cell? How lamentable. How pitiful. Fine, be that way. I shall wither away friendless and hungry, alone in this dark purgatory. Is he still here? Yeah, I completely forgot about him. I'm sorry to say this, but there's not much we can do for you. Is he the musician I heard about? The one who chugged that bottle of Grand Chardonnay without a second thought? Ha! Indeed, that is I. Yet, my fair lass, I would be heartbroken if you took my intentions the wrong way. For you see, I perceived it as an advance payment for the exquisite services that I was about to render. You're quite the interesting character. Alright, see what I can do to bargain with the general for your release. Really? Truly? You do such a kind service for a man such as myself? I think that may be asking a bit much. If the restaurant takes this to trial, there's going to be at least a lawsuit. Well, there's no need to worry about that. You see, the owner of the restaurant is me. Huh? And that Grand Chardonnay was the very one I bid on. That being the case, I'm fairly confident there won't be any other problems over the matter. I can't believe you were released. It's like a stroke of bad luck. Please don't lay on the compliments so thick. However, it pains my soul that I partook of such a fine wine without paying a single mirror. Shall I play the piano in the restaurant per our contract to remedy that? I think I'm going to have to pass on that. That's what happened. I think it would be a bit awkward having you back there. I, for one, don't think he'd mind a bit. Yeah, he sure does seem to have some thick skin. Let's just think of this as an unfortunate incident for the both of us. But I don't think I can just let things go like this. Let's see. It seems like you're investigating something at the moment, right? How about I lend my assistance in return for the wine? Huh? Oh, it does sound interesting. Can I ask you to join these bracers in their work? Ha! Could you ever? So it's settled. Let our new working relationship bloom like a magnolia at the height of spring. Hold on a sec. What did we do to deserve this? Your general weirdness aside, simply having an amateur like you around is honestly going to be a pain. Are you confident you won't be a drag on our work? Or our sanity? Well, I'm somewhat confident in my marksmanship and magic, but of course, I'd be distressed if you tried to list my music genius in the same group. That's the kind of line that gets me really worried. Maybe we could use an extra hand. As long as we can't count on the army to help us out, I have the feeling that we'll be short on manpower. Well, alright then. We'll use you for what you're worth. However, if we do happen to conclude that you're not worth your weight, you're dumped from the party. You gonna be okay with that? Haha, of course I don't mind! I never let you down, so please be reassured. Well, my expectations of you are pretty much a rock bottom anyway, so I know you won't let me down. I'm glad things are settled between you all. But before you go, there's something I need to tell you. Tell us? Actually, the town did seem pretty noisy as we were headed here. What happened? Truth be told, last night there was a large-scale burglary in Bose's South Block. The weapons shop and orbital factory were targeted, as were a number of private residences. What? So was this the work of the Sky Bandits? It's unknown at its time, but it seems highly probable. And the unit of the Royal Army is currently conducting an investigation. I see. I guess we better do our investigation of our own then. Yes, I'd like to formally request that you do just that. I'll send a payment over to the guild for the work you've done so far. Please make use of the money for your current investigation expenses. I have a feeling that the army is going to get in our way again. Well, I guess when that happens, it happens. Whether they get in our way or not, I don't think we should be forthcoming with the army about any information we come across. Because if there's really a spy in their midst, they'll just leak it to the Sky Bandits. Though I'm reluctant to say it, I also think it's for the best to keep quiet about our findings. Anyway, let's act with prudence. Alrighty, my bosom companions. Shall we head to the South Block? Look, buddy, who made you king of the show? Well, he's just king of the show. That's just how it is, right? Olivia has joined the party. Once again. He has the needler back on. Oh, what the hell? I actually have a spare needler. Seriously. That's cool. So I could have sold it all that time? Duplicate items. That's not bad. Alright, Olivia's joined. He's level 15. I think our highest level at the moment is 15 anyway, so that works there. In fact, I think everyone's... No, Joshua and that aren't. Ornament-wise, what you equip with? 2 silvers for soul blur, we've already got. Attack and all quartz okay to go in these. I guess I really don't have many options right now. I don't really want to give you that. I guess I should go make myself another quartz at this point. Right, where are we going? I've recommended to the mayor that she take a break from her labours, but she has stated that alleviating the citizens' concerns and bringing back peace to Bose comes first. I couldn't be more happy than Mayor Mabel has matured into such a fine young woman, but I wish she would take better care of herself sometimes. Sure thing. Those ornaments, yeah. I didn't really have good ones for at the moment. I'd be making more because I made some at the start and then didn't get any more. Let's go to the guild, get our payment, but most importantly, check if there's a new quest. What about a stolen ring? A medium. I was burglarized the other day. My jewelry ring was found to be among the missing items. It's quite valuable to me, so if anyone happens to find it, please let me know. I live on Bowser's South Block. A missing ring somewhere. Could it be being sold somewhere currently? Oh, you free back already? You all gave me quite a surprise. It was unprecedented to hear some of our braces have been taken into custody during an investigation. I joined Morgan, I tell you. Sorry to make you worry like that. Oh, I don't mind that. I'm just glad you're all back safe. I was even considering protesting in the Royal Branch for our main branch. But Mayor Mabel managed to smooth everything out before that could happen. Was it really such a big deal? Think about it, Estelle. In the Liberal Kingdom, the Bracer Guild's right to investigate crimes is recognised by law. Therefore, the General's actions would be in direct defiance of the system of rules that governs this kingdom. Well, at least things have settled down as a result of this. Okay then, we guess we report for now what we've done. Received payment from Mayor Mabel for your investigative efforts thus far. Right, the missing airliner is completed. 6,000 and some extra BP2. Keep up the good work. Be careful out there. Oh my god, I'm rich. I actually have money now. Life isn't so terrible. Just gonna check after the payment that nothing else has appeared. Cool. Right, anything else going on in town? Check the bookshop again. Maybe I can read you all a tall tale. It looks like flights have started back up again. Now we can finally head to Ruin. I've really got to start keeping an eye on my wife's shopping habits. Firstly, I think people should live a little more modestly than my wife does. Due to airline flights being cancelled, I've had way more than my fill of shopping. It looks like my husband's about to have a heart attack after seeing how much I bought. Maybe. What are you, book guy? I sure wish the shop owner would take better care of the antique books. Maybe I should go put in a word or two about that. Alright, anything to sell? What's that you say? So you was hit by some burglars? What a despicable bunch trying to make a profit stealing from others. I sure hope someone hurries up and catches those crooks. I'm just wondering at least if there's a new copy of Libelle News at this point. Yep. I've got something to read you. Libelle News, chapter What Next? Let's see how our stuff that's been done has been reported, shall we? Breaking story! The Linde saga continues. Royal Army representative reports that the Grand Cell Libelle Orbital Ship Corporation and Libelle royal family alike have received letters claiming responsibility for the Linde incident. The criminals refer to themselves as the Capua family and demand a hefty sum of money, rumored to be in the millions of Mira, to secure the passengers' safety. Who is the Capua family? These so-called Sky Bandits are a group of marauders operating from Imperial airspace all the way into the Bose region. Their exact numbers are unknown, but they're believed to be around 24 strong. The need for cooperative efforts. With the incident quickly turning from search and rescue to hostage negotiation, collaboration between the Royal Army and the Bracer Guilds seems the best course of action. When questioned on this subject, a guild representative stated that the relationship between the two parties has seen worse times, but is still less than civil. Given this idealistic divide, a partnership seems extremely unlikely. Bose's mayor, Miss Mabel, has launched an independent investigation for the guild, but still laments that the Royal Army won't share their information. This is no time for jurisdictional disputes, she says. Both parties need to work together. Having inherited the mayorship from her late father at only 21, Miss Mabel is known as a very wise young lady. Whether or not either party will heed her advice, however, remains to be seen. Technology news. Enter the Asil. At long last, this high-speed cruiser takes to the skies. With rigging a whopping 42 ARG in length, the pride and joy of the Zeiss Central Factory has finally been completed and transferred into the stewardship of the Royal Guard. Watch out, do-badders! Although not airborne just yet, the Asil is scheduled for an operational test flight within the next few days, the excitement of all involved. Due to delays in its orbital engine development, however, only a basic performance evaluation will be conducted at this time. We move on to culture. The 100 Days War, book review. 10 years have passed since the war, and I'm sure we all remember the endless reports of casualties and destruction. Making objective assessment of events a ludicrous proposition. That's exactly what this book sets out to do. However, by compiling accounts from virtually every possible source to paint a crystal clear picture of what happened behind the scenes and how the war came to be, history demanded a book like this be written. And on this dubious anniversary, I think everybody should give it a look. Travel! Find the perfect getaway! The Maple Leaf Inn. That's on the corner of quaint Elmo Village in southern Zeiss. Within walking distance of the Republic borders, is the most luxurious hot springs resort this reviewer has ever seen. Its tranquil eastern aesthetic, abundant natural springs, and outstanding eastern cuisine are nothing short of dazzling. But the true reason to visit is, indeed, the soak itself. For you see, the Maple Leaf Inn is renowned for its open-air baths, an understandably embarrassing prospect to some, but those who succumb will be glad they did. Taking in the warm waters while gazing up at the starry sky is truly a breathtaking experience, and best of all, towels are optional. That's what's best of all. My mum caught me singing in the market and yelled at me. Boo-hoo. Towels are optional, eh? Is that really the attraction? Is it mixed bathing? What is it? I don't know. Seems that the group of Sky Bandits in the old mine consists of 2 females and a male. Rumor has it they've even got children in the mix. Wait, what? Those people aren't Sky Bandits? Oh, they're me. They're me, you know. I want to go in here. I haven't even been in here before. The woman living here said that she had a professional memento taken by these crooks. Hope it's me and my big mouth. Let's pretend like I didn't just tell you that. What I mean to say is, why don't you just ask her about it after I get done here? Well, I'm going to ask her about it now. I'm going to be done in a minute, so would your kids butt out? No, I can't. Okay. I hate you. Not let me investigations. I guess I'll investigation somewhere else then. I didn't actually go in there before. Right, the ordnance shop. We'll go there first. There's probably still some more important information we haven't gathered. We should continue to ask around a bit longer to see what we come out with. I was going to. Oh, everything here. Yeah, this one turned out really cute. Neil, is this how you wanted this one? Yeah, sure. Something like that. However, we've really got screwed, you know that. Good afternoon. You working on another story? Looks like you two are on the trail of a scoop again. Hey, it's your kids. Oh, Estelle and Joshua. Boy, am I glad to see they let you out the clinker. Yeah, I heard all about you kids getting arrested by the army up at the old mine. You certainly had me worried. Why are you acting like you had nothing to do with it? It was your info that led us to the village. Hey now, what kind of face is that? Don't tell me you blame us. Did you go and check out the abandoned mine yourselves? Yeah, we did yesterday. But it was after you all had already been hauled off. We could have had a really great shot of your arrest had we been there. It really guts me that we missed such a perfect opportunity for a great shot. I swear, you people in the news business. But anyway, I was wondering if you thought this looked like the handiwork of the Sky Bandits. It sure looks that way to me. It seems that the army is sniffing around for clues too. To be honest, it looks like there's nothing to be found here anymore. I see. That does make things a bit more difficult. Well, Mr. Reporter, why don't you let me ask you this then? Do you know from whence the Sky Bandits entered town? According to witness statements, they were seen leaving through the West Gate. Well, that's awfully strange. The mayor's residence and Bowes Market are right through the West Gate, and it seems like attacking those two places would be far more lucrative. When you put it that way, that makes a lot of sense. But if you don't mind me asking, who the heck are you anyway? I'm glad you asked. I'm Olivia Lenheim, a wandering bard and gifted musician. I'm sure you've heard rumours about me, right? Alright, you're the guy who drank wine without paying in that classy restaurant. It takes guts to stiff such a big bill. It's an honour to meet you, sir. Haha, you're making me blush. I'm ready for my interview any time, so don't hesitate to ask. Wow, really? I'm getting a headache just listening to this crap. These two are very much alike. I'm not even going to ask how this guy wound up with the rest of you. That would be for the best. For the best indeed. Thanks to your shenanigans, the pages of the next issue are going to be filled with some really gripping headlines. Let me know if you get any more scoops. The newest model of camera on display here was stolen. Do you think the Sky Bandits have an interest in photography? Somehow I doubt it. Well, it looks like the burglars made off with nearly everything. I could have sworn that my boss locked up last night. Which means they must have broken somewhere. Nothing to examine here. The window? Nothing to actually examine. It seems like talking's what I need to do. My factory! My factory and all my goods are gone! I've got to report this to either the Army or the Bracer Guild ASAP. Hold on just a minute. Either one of those groups saw what was written in that stolen ledger. Yikes, I've been a whirl there. Oh? Stolen ledger, eh? I'm interested in poking my nose into that now. So I can only talk from behind the counter, but I can actually modify and exchange when I'm in the front. Okay. I mean, one of the things I'm interested in making is just like, if I got more there, I'd just make MP2. I think MP2 across the pie would be great. Looks like this store was hit by the burglars as well. I guess it wasn't the time to be talking about business deals. No, Marco, probably not. Even still, when we got reporters already on the scene, why doesn't somebody hurry up and call the Bracer Guild? You know I'm Bracer... Well, nothing to examine here. I guess we gotta go to certain locations first. I can't believe this guy managed to circumvent our search and just walk right into town and burglarize a ton of places. We're really outdone this time. Yeah, fair bit. Let's go in the arms shop. Look at the braces we heard about. Since the mayor's actually looking at things, I have no choice but to allow it. Just don't get in the way of the army's investigation. That's all I can do by look at it. Damn it! My shop got ripped off by a bunch of thieving criminals. And they took off every last one of my pricey goods too. Why did this have to happen to me at a time when there are hardly any goods around to begin with? Oh well. Maybe I gotta check the west gates. We haven't checked every house around this region yet. So let's get talking. I'm trying to ask a few questions here. Would you mind getting out of the way? Wow, I really have to do certain things in a certain order, don't I? Being kicked out. I just want to talk. God. Now we've got burglars running amok in the city. I swear, what's happening to Bowes? I'm just glad they left this house alone. No, I'm baffled as to why. They certainly didn't do their homework on the city. Why? It still seems like it's worth robbing. The stuff here. Fortunately, this house was untouched in the burglaries. But it's at times like this that it makes you feel uneasy when there's no man at home. I'm just glad that Morano brought Simon over to watch the house. I was shocked when I heard about the South Block being hit by burglars. Morano's mother was here alone, you see. Hey, you there! What, is something wrong? I thought I'd better give you a word of advice. Even if you represent the mayor at the end of the day, you are all still civilians. We cannot have you wandering around here in the middle of our investigation. Who do you think you're talking to? Your advice seems rather more like a threat. I'm just saying you need to know your place. But if you're so adamant about investigating the matter, then do it after we've cleared out of here. If we get any more trouble out of you, then I'm going to give you a personal invitation to jail. Forget about it, Estelle. There's no use arguing with these gentlemen. Ha! For an ass in a lion's skin, you sure know how to throw your weight around, Mr. Soldier. What did you just say? May I ask what's going on here? Oh, who are you guys? Colonel? For a soldier in a prestigious royal army to be threatening our good citizens, that is an outright embarrassment to us all. But These aren't just civilians, sir. They're members of the Bracer Guild. Oh, is that so? Then I ask you once again, what is going on here? The army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. What do you intend to accomplish by being rude to our allies? But, as far as the general is concerned... Ah, yes, that side of the general really concerns me. I'll take over the investigation from here, so please take your men and clear out. But, sir... Your men have been here since early this morning, so I presume that a sufficient investigation has been conducted by now, yes? I'll smooth things over with the general later. Is there anything else you wish me to address? No, sir. Alright, men, pack it up. We'll return to the Iron Gate. It looks like that's that. It seems that some of our personnel were rather impolite. Please allow me to apologise. I appreciate the gesture. We made some slight inflammatory remarks as well, so how about we let bygones be bygones? That suits me just fine. As I said before, the army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. I think our two organisations working together grants us each the ability to make up for the other's shortcomings. I'm looking forward to any progress you make with this recent series of events. Thank you. We'll do what we can. He seems like a decent guy. Yeah, I wonder who he is. Colonel, it's almost the appointed time. Oh, already? Excuse me, but it appears I must take my leave. Oh, but before I do, it looks like I haven't properly introduced myself. I'm Alan Richard, a colonel in the Royal Army. If there is anything I can do to assist you, please don't hesitate to contact me. He's got two first names. Colonel Richard? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Neil was the one who mentioned his name earlier. He said something about him being a sharp young officer who leads the Royal Army's intelligence division. Alright. Well, for someone in the military, he sure knows how to listen to others. Huh, probably in his mid-30s, and he's not hard on the eyes either. He seems like he's more fit to be a politician than a service member in the army. Hey, you guys! Who was that you were just talking to in the black uniform? I could swear I've seen him somewhere before. Are you trying to tell me you didn't recognise him at all? That was Colonel Richard of the Intelligence Division. You know, the guy you mentioned earlier. What? You're not pulling my leg, are you? As fun as that would be... Nope. He said so himself, so I'm fairly confident he is who he says he is. I think the legend himself will show up here. We can't wait around here like this any longer, Dorothy. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Aye, aye, sir. Although I'm really not sure why we're chasing after anyone. Did you see his eyes light up? I wonder if he's going to do an interview or something. Anyone else in the army would brush him off, but I'm sure the colonel will oblige him. What's the matter with you, Olivier? You look serious, and I've got to say, I find it creepy coming from you. I was just thinking about the colonel. I'll be the first to admit that he's quite the specimen of a man. But what? I can say with confidence that he doesn't stand a chance against me when it comes to the ladies. But I'd like to see him try just a little harder. There's no fun without a romantic rival. You just had to ask, didn't you, Joshua? I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Alright, let's see here. Now that the soldiers are gone, how about we resume our own investigation? Let's start by talking to all the people we couldn't talk to earlier. Good idea. Right, it seems I had to go to a specific area to get the conversation going. Now, we already talked to these guys. It's this one we couldn't. Oh dear me! Weren't you the bracers who came to ask questions not that long ago? Alright, we did come before. I'm really sorry I couldn't talk to you then. So what you came to ask about is what happened last night, right? Yes, that's right. Is this a good time for you? Yes, as good a time as any. It was the middle of the night, you see, when I heard a noise coming from outside. And I, of course, thought it was my husband coming home at such a late hour, so I opened the door and started yelling. It turned out to be a group of masked men coming out of the Orbital factory across the road. I thought my heart was plumb going to stop right there and then. Although it turned out the burglars were rather surprised and ran away to the north. I see, so it was the Sky Bandits, huh? So what you're saying, then, is that this house didn't incur a loss of any kind? Yeah, thanks to the mercy of the goddess. I'll ask you another thing. Did your husband come home late, meaning that he went to the bar? If it was only that would be forgivable. In addition to being a no-good drinker, he's obsessed with this. Okay, Cecile raised her hand in a casting motion. Fishing. Oh, I get it. You mean fishing, right? I see now. That's right. He loves fishing more than life itself. Just yesterday, he said something about catching some smelt and took off to the lake in the south. And on top of that, he still hasn't come back. So what you're saying is he doesn't know anything about the incident? That's exactly what I'm saying. Now when that good-for-nothing husband of mine gets home, he's going to get what for, let me tell you. Hi, honey, I'm home. Oh, what a day I had. I was fishing patiently all morning, but I had nothing to show for it. Oh, what's this? Do we have guests? You senile old man! My goodness, woman! What kind of fiery tempers has gotten into you? Oh, you know it's rude to act like that in front of guests. If anyone's being rude, that would be you. I'm done finding my own husband can just take off to do whatever he likes at a time like this. What do you mean by a time like this? Maybe I should explain. Joshua gave Mr. Kuwano a brief explanation regarding the burglaries which transpired the previous night. Burglaries by sky bandits, you don't say? Now that is terrible. But I think that if they hightailed it out of here after my wife hollered at them is hilarious. Haha! I guess they got the experience the Cecil effect firsthand. What'd you just say? But let's all calm down now, shall we? But I think that these sky bandits came in the night like they did and then just disappeared like that. I wonder if that has anything to do with that thing he was talking about the other day. He? What do you mean? Alright, you don't know him. He is my fishing buddy. He's staying at the inn down the lakeshore to the south of here. If I remember right, he said something about seeing a strange bunch near the place the other night. A strange bunch? Now this sounds really interesting. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you've heard? Sure, I don't mind, but I'm just going to tell you up front that this is all hearsay. From what I heard, he just happened to see them by chance as he was out fishing during the night. He saw them leave by way of the inn's front door and then out onto the road. However, when he asked around at the inn in the morning, it turned out that no one like that had stayed here the night before. Yeah, it's rather odd. So was there any type of burglary at the inn? No, nothing of the sort at all, in fact. It's quiet there, the meals are great, and it's, well, a place I'd recommend to anyone. But best of all, it's a prime fishing spot. No, there weren't any definitive clues related to the incident. We did manage to hear a few interesting bits. I concur. I especially like the one that described all the delicious food at the inn. That's not what we're talking about here. Although I did find the fishing part to be rather interesting. Unfortunately, if there's nothing going on there, then I guess it won't be worth investigating. Actually, I think it's quite the opposite. If someone had been careless and caused a problem, the army would have thoroughly investigated it. Conversely, the possibility of the sky bandits appearing where there's nothing happening is rather high. Oh well, I guess that's one way to think about it. And in light of this series of incidents, there's either a spy in the army or the sky bandits are a really clever bunch of thieves. It'll be extremely difficult to corner them only by investigating the incidents which have occurred. We'll need to get one step ahead of them by tracking their movements. I see. So what you're saying is that we should take an offensive stance rather than a defensive one. Then how about we get going? Off the beautiful Valeria Lake, extolled in many a rhyme as the Pearl of the Bell. Wow, we got our lead straight away. That's not a problem at all, but our lead is now made, but we will continue to get there. Next time on Trails in the Sky. Such is the way of ending an episode. I'll see you next time for more as we continue on. Bye-bye.